What is up? Welcome to my life, or welcome back to my life. My name is Blake. It's Monday night. I just got off work. About to go to my girlfriend's. We're gonna make some ramen, and I am going to study, read. I don't really know, but that's the plan. It's freezing outside. It's currently 32 degrees. Awesome. Let's get cozy. I actually don't know the last thing that I filmed. I believe it was Monday before I went to my girlfriend's for dinner. I ended up doing that. I'll put some pictures in here. Made some really good ramen. It's one of our favorite meals to make. I always make it extra spicy, and it is chef's kiss every single time. This time she's very proud of those eggs. So yeah, they were awesome. But it is now Wednesday night at 7:52, so it's almost 8 o'clock at night, and not my ratty pillow. And it has been a week. My neighbors are yelling outside. I don't know what's happening. Like I said, it has been a week. Monday, like I said, went to my girlfriend's, had dinner, came back, and I am someone that goes to bed, honestly, at 8 o'clock, 8:30, something like that. But I'm starting school at the beginning of the year, and I actually have an in-person class on Mondays that lets out at like 8:45. So I'm not going to be getting home until close to, I would say, 9:30, and I need to start getting in the habit of staying up. Plus I'm going to be studying and things like that, so I just want to get in the habit of staying up a bit later. And then Tuesday was also crazy. I had church, but it was really just a worship night, which was a lot of fun. You have probably seen a lot of videos where they have like the worship singers in the middle and everyone surrounding them, and you just worship. It was a lot of fun. It was actually my last time serving at that ministry because we were taking a break for like the holidays and everything like that. And then today was crazy at work. It was a lot of fun, but whenever I leave, I also don't get home until 9:30, so I didn't go to bed until 10 probably. And then the day kind of got away from me. Had some meetings, and I had to like present some information that I've never presented on before, and it went really good. And then we were celebrating a coworker's birthday, so we had like a taco bar and some really good cake. But it was also just a lot going on. There's a lot happening at work that just requires more of my attention, and I'm learning new things and what have you, which I love. But mentally it's taking a toll. And honestly, this whole week has been at work just because coming off of a holiday weekend, and I work in supply chain and transportation. So lots of weather, weekend, all of that, everything affects us. So it has been a week, and I've been tired, and I really just wanted to hop on. And I tried to film some videos yesterday in the truck because my house is about 40 minutes from my work, and my work is about 15 minutes from my church. So instead of coming home, I just stay in town. And yesterday I actually had to buy something for a work gift exchange, and then I went to a Starbucks and got an Earl Grey, which I'm actually drinking right now. I made myself one. And then I studied for about an hour, which was actually a lot of fun. I haven't been in school in about 10 years, which means I am not in the routine of studying and things like that. I just want to get myself ready for whenever I start classes. So that being said, I am taking online courses type things, like the free courses on biology right now. And then I have like a research paper topic that I want to get into just by myself before I actually have to do it for a class, and getting myself in those routines of coming home and studying, or studying between work and church or whatever. That's why I was studying, but I'm like not actually in class right now. I've talked about it previously, but my calendar has been absolutely insane. Honestly, probably the last 6 months, and I love it. I love everything that I get to do, and I am so blessed. But also, it is I could feel it taking a toll on me gradually, and it goes from having fun to being stressed. And that's what's happening. I was driving home yesterday and really just praying and thinking about everything, and I realized that I have been in a bad mood recently for no reason, which there are some reasons obviously, but it has just, I've been in more of a bad mood than I would expect, and I was like questioning myself and really just searching, you know, why do I feel this way? What could it be? How do I fix it? Whatever. And I think I've come to the conclusion that I am like this close from legitimate burnout, and I haven't been in that spot in a long time. So I am coming up with a plan to kind of step out of that and like take a step back from a busy life and a busy calendar and try to really focus on my mental health and what matters most to me, and really just going back to my core values, which I do sometimes in life. A lot of times it involves deleting social media, not going out on the weekends or during the week as much, and really just making a list of things that I genuinely enjoy and doing those. And right now that has been reading my Bible, studying, and learning new things, kind of pushing myself mentally, but in a healthy, at my own pace sort of way for right now at least. And then reading, which I'll get into, and spending time with loved ones without actually going and doing, whether that looks like a dinner or maybe just a game night, things like that. That is what I'm going to be doing in this video. I planned on it being a week in my life, and I'm kind of rambling just because I haven't been able to update y'all on a whole lot, but that's what's happening. That is kind of my plan right now, really just trying to get out of this mental slump. Let's get into what I've been reading. I'm on the 3rd chapter of Queen of Shadows. I actually ordered the last 4 books in this series, including this one. I guess I can tell you, maybe. So I ordered Queen of Shadows, Empire of Storm, Tower of Dawn, and Kingdom of Ash on Black Friday, and I got 4 of them for under $40, which was insane. So I just went ahead and bought them all. I did just finish reading Heir of Fire like a couple days ago, and I really enjoyed it. I am enjoying the story, and I'm really actually integrated into the characters. I will say that you can tell that this was released in 2015 or whenever because of the writing style, and you can tell that she is trying to make the main character seem very main character, female, strong, all that stuff, which is cool, but some of the descriptions of the actions that she takes and things like that is just kind of pick me, arrogant in a way, and things like that, which I get, but I also know that I'm fine with that. I don't care, but live up to it and make it cohesive throughout the whole book. I am so tired of authors making the main character arrogant and backing it up with a lot of different information, and then they get hit in the face and they talk about how much agonizing pain they're in, but they have to keep going. Like, obviously if you have that type of reputation, then you can live through some things, but that is my opinion on that. I am really excited for this. I don't really know what is gonna go on just because of how the last one ended. Very interested to see what the rest of the series looks like, but I also know that if the big thing that they're waiting on to happen doesn't happen soon, then I'm gonna lose interest. I don't know. She can get kind of wordy, this one, but once I finish this series, I will have completely finished the Massiverse, which will be awesome. And like I said, I have been reading it on my phone, and that is because the other day I actually got a new phone. So I got the Galaxy Z Fold 7, which I have been wanting for so long because I love phones and tech and all of that. I won't get into that right now, but if you've never seen this phone before, basically it is a Samsung Galaxy, and it unfolds into a huge screen. I think it's like a 6 or 8 inch screen, so it looks like this. And I've actually been using it as a Kindle just because, one, I like don't have my Kindle on me, so it looks like this when you're reading it, which I guess the words look kind of small, but they're really not. It literally feels just like a Kindle, except I can like be reading in little pockets of time and then just fold it up and go on with my life rather than having to carry my Kindle. But I have also been trying not to do that because I have realized that reading digitally just has taken away so much joy of reading. That is my current experiment with myself. I'm going to try to read physically and get more into it, and that's actually anytime that I am forced to read on my Kindle, whether it's late or I'm traveling or whatever, and I don't have the book, if I start to get not interested, I just quit reading, and the next time I pick it up, I pick up the physical copy, and I'm automatically back into it. That is what's happening. This has been a long tea chat, but I'm kind of just winding down for bed. I got my Bible reading in, I got my studying in, not as long as I wanted to, but also I want to go to bed early today, and I actually have been reading my book just a little bit, so I think I might sit down and finish that. I don't really like screens close to bedtime, which is, I literally have one on in front of me. Also, I forgot to mention while I'm talking about this, I also started another job. So I work part-time, and so I've been doing that on top of everything else. Okay, y'all. I'm in the same spot, but it's actually the next day, and I'm also wearing the same outfit. Let's not talk about it. It's 5:30 Thursday afternoon. Today was a much better day. It's kind of crazy, but not as bad, so it's a win. I am currently basically just cleaning up. I've been trying to do some laundry on Thursdays so that I'm not doing it throughout the weekend as much, especially with working and stuff now. It's kind of crazy. Unfortunately, I really don't want to study at all. I'm just not really in the mood. I'm kind of just want to lay down and read my book. So I think what I'm going to do, that's what I'm doing. I guess I'm going to have to study tonight. Hopefully I'll be like in the mood and whatnot. But either way, I'm just going to force myself because that is what I'm doing it for. Okay, bye. Okay, also I'm going to put in this video here because this is what it looked like this morning whenever I woke up. It was snowing and they kept it freezing at the office all day. Okay, I'm in this spot again. I don't know about you, but are you getting deja vu? It is much later. It is 7:30. Wow. I did end up going to the store and making dinner really quick. It was actually really nice. I just got to watch some YouTube. I actually only watched one YouTuber's, and I was not able to watch the other YouTuber that I wanted to watch, but that's fine. I also remember now that every year for Vlogmas, I get stressed because there's so much being posted and I don't watch it. And I never want to watch the newest video without watching the ones before it, if that makes sense. I actually made my sleepy time tea rather than an Earl Grey. I guess it's kind of like a latte. I put vanilla and oat milk in it. Great. I've been playing around with portions and stuff, and I think the less milk the better for me. I could have like 5 of these a night. I am also reading Queen of Shadows instead of studying. Let me explain myself. I didn't really have enough time to actually sit down and study. I have only been reading for about 20 minutes. So I didn't want to study right before bed. It's proven that it doesn't really, you don't retain the information as much. And I know that if I go through something tonight, I'm not going to go back through it tomorrow or whenever. Sadly, like I said, it is Thursday, and tomorrow I'm going to be working all day. I'll have maybe 20 to 30 minutes between jobs tomorrow, which is not enough to study, obviously. And then, which I've already went through all of this. Saturday is going to be really busy. So I thought we were going to shopping on Saturday, but we're doing it Sunday. So that is actually good for me. Anyway, that's what I've been up to tonight. I think for the rest of the night, I am literally just going to read Queen of Shadows, sit here and listen to my ambiance and drink my sleepy time tea. I am about to start chapter 4. I'm very intrigued to learn more. I hate that I've only been able to read it in little short bursts. So I'm ready for hopefully this weekend whenever I get to sit down and binge read. I am gonna drink my tea and read my book and talk to y'all tomorrow. Okay, y'all, I am about to go to job number 2 of the day. It is 5:40. My shift starts at 6 and it's right down the road, so hopefully I won't be late or anything. The absolute last thing that I want to do right now is go to work. Today was kind of crazy and I'm extremely tired and I just don't feel good. A lot of people are getting sick right now, so hopefully it's not that. I think I'm literally just burnt out. I keep like praying through it and I keep telling myself that I genuinely like whenever I go to this job, and also it's going to benefit me in the end, and it's really just getting myself to do those hard things and forcing myself to do them. And right now all I'm thinking is like, yes, it's a long day, but that is just going to gear me up for the days that I don't want to study, or I don't want to go to work in the future, or I don't want to do X, Y, and Z, whatever it may be. This is me being obedient and doing that. So just got home from work and it's time to go to bed. Currently 12:37. I have to be up and at work at 7 tomorrow. So I'm gonna wake up around 6. It was a great night, actually. I had a lot of fun, even though it was insanely busy, but oh well. Hello. I can't see a thing. I haven't cleaned my glasses off yet from work. It is currently 3:55, so it's just right about 4. I ended up getting off just a little bit late. They were extremely short-staffed, and I was talking to someone that I work with. She was telling me she's in high school, so since the place I work at is mostly minors, which has been like kind of weird just because I don't know a lot about that generation or whatever. She was telling me about the phone ban and how a lot of the people she knows is resorting to physical media and things like that. And I was like, that's so cool because I love physical media. So I was kind of just talking about that, and we were super busy, and I knew they were going to be short-staffed. So stayed just a little bit late, got home. I did my big shower. Basically, whenever I get home, I feel absolutely disgusting. So I showered, everything. I actually haven't like washed my face, but anyway. Oh, so that's what was happening. I might go to my girlfriend's later for dinner. I don't exactly know. I do have a lot of laundry to do. I'm gonna fold laundry, do 2 more loads, and then I'm gonna try to wash all of my bedding tonight. And then I want to clean up like my house and everything. I have to reset this phone. I actually have to look at the email and instructions just to make sure that the tracking and everything like that is off. I know iPhone is like weird about that for Find My iPhone, but I have to clear everything on this so that it is good for me to return tomorrow. I really want to play my game, which I don't know if that'll be God of War, which I'm playing on my PS4, or maybe just like Animal Crossing or something. And then I guess that's it. I don't know. That's what's happening. I am going to turn on some YouTube and watch it while I fold my laundry. And while I wait for my other laundry to get done, I'll probably clean. I love doing multiple things at the same time. I decided to update y'all as soon as I took a bite from my apple fritter. I literally binge cleaned my entire house, and I watched a couple YouTube videos. I've just been wanting to watch. I still have more than I want to. This is what I do though. I will tell myself that I just want to chill and like sit at home, and then the second I have time to actually do that, I decide to do something else and like go hang out with friends or go literally anywhere. But I don't know. Anyway, I really want to read right now. What time is it? It's 5:40. It feels so much later. I'm getting kind of chilly So I'm probably gonna put on like a big hoodie, and I have like a snow ambiance on. I have so many candles lit. I should not be having this because I'm trying to be gluten free. I literally feel like crap anytime I eat gluten, so. I love apple fritters. Excited. I put on my Harry Potter sweatshirt. I'm washing pillowcases, but I'm gonna read. Good morning. Seems that I'm always right here. It's like 7:22. We are running late. We're usually leaving right about now to go to church. But I literally woke up after 7 this morning. Last night I ended up going to a friend's house and helping them remodel. I don't know if I said something about that, but basically I outdid myself. Like I probably overdid it. I should have stayed home last night. I should have sat there and done nothing and read like I really wanted to, but I knew that they were gonna need help moving things back into their house, and they needed help like cleaning and all of that. We had to scrub quite a bit. Right now I'm just telling myself that I love helping my friends and I loved being there and being a part of the process with them. But my girlfriend's here. I don't feel good. I'm extremely tired, even though I went to bed at probably 11, but still I probably should have slept for like 3 more hours. We did have like a stew last night that was pretty good, and then we had some desserts, and we did like 1 game of something, which was fun. I say all of that to say that I think when I got home last night I realized that I am like burnt out. It has officially set in, and it has officially hit me, if that makes sense, instead of trying to push myself more and more and being like, oh no, like I'm not there yet, like it's okay. No, yeah, I'm there. I'm just extremely exhausted. We do have a lot of stuff to do today. Church, I have to run to the phone store, and then we have to go Christmas shopping, and then we have to meal prep everything for the week, and then we have a launch party tonight for the new campus, but I genuinely don't think I'm gonna go, just because it's to be able to serve at this new campus, and I want to, like that's where my heart lies, but I'm literally so busy and I have to take a step back, and unfortunately that's just another thing that I'm gonna have to add to my calendar. And I know that I can go and be like, hey, like can I serve here or whatever, and it won't be a big deal. It's just because it's just opening. I think hopefully I'll be able to get home by like 4 or 5. I'm not exactly sure, but catch up with y'all later. Here I am again. Look at the odds. It is Monday night, actually. I'm about to go to bed, and I will run through my day basically. Today, normally, okay, let's start with the beginning of the day. Work was crazy. Mondays are always crazy. I go into 300 to 400 emails, and it takes me just a long time to get caught up, and then everything else kind of falls back. It wasn't too bad, but there was like a lot of stuff that came out for like deadlines and meetings and this and that we were talking about. So not necessarily things that I had to do today, but they have to be done this week type of thing. Plus I am working on the new account, which I think I talked about, and I haven't had it fully switched over to me, but it's just kind of processing and learning that process. Great day. I had a lot of fun. It went by super quick. I did finish reading ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses today. I read it, aka I listened to it on Spotify, and it was the first time that I reread any of those books from that series. I've read the full series, but it's been a long time. My coworker is actually reading series for the first time, and as I was explaining to her sort of the plot and things about it and answering questions, it made me excited to read it again. Plus being in this series, it's written by the same author, so the characters, I mean, it's just that writing style that I'm already used to. I listened to the audiobook and I really enjoyed it, and now I really want to listen to this second book, but I don't have it on Libby. I put in a hold for it, but it's going to be several weeks, which sucks. And I don't want to read it physical because I'm reading Queen of Shadows in physical. That being said, while we're talking about books, all I wanted to do was come home and read. But unfortunately, I just didn't. I made that decision. My girlfriend came over and we watched the Jonas Brothers Christmas movie, which was like not the best. It was just super weird. But I mean, it's a Christmas movie, so they're all kind of weird in their own way. And we made pizza. I'll put in a picture of the pizza. This is like my favorite pizza. It was gluten-free cut crust, olive oil on the crust with Alfredo sauce, spinach, feta cheese, Italian cheese, mozzarella, spinach, meatballs torn and like put in there, pepperoni, and I put hot sauce on it and then ate it with some ranch. It was great. Had some eggnog. I actually made an eggnog London Fog earlier whenever I got home. Decaffeinated, obviously. And it was actually really good. I've been loving eggnog for some reason, but that is what I did this afternoon. I wanted to read, like I actually sat down and tried to read, and it was just, there was a lot going on, and I think that I was still kind of wired from the day, and it wasn't really what I wanted to do, which is unfortunate because usually I will come home and study on Mondays since that's when my in-person class is going to be, and I have to stay up a bit later, which I am already staying up later, and it's, you know, 9, almost 9. But I allowed myself to not do that today just because I will find time for it later this week, another day to sit down and study. But like I said earlier whenever I was talking about burnout, I need to allow myself time, and unfortunately that is where I found the time today, and I'm just kind of going with the mood, basically. That is what happened. Tomorrow I don't have to serve for church, but I am going to a dinner before service. So I actually have to be there earlier. Usually I get there at 6:30 whenever I'm serving, and tomorrow we have to get there at 5:45, which is going to be a lot of fun. I love the people that I serve with. They always are a good time to be around. It's just earlier, and I was going to study tomorrow. I get off work at 4, so I still will have time, but just not as much time as I thought. I'm going to sit here and drink my sleepy time tea and relax just a little bit. I'm probably going to read my Bible, turn off the screens, and then crawl into bed and pass out. So I am always in the same spot. What's up with that? It is just past 6 o'clock on Wednesday. I had a pretty good day at work. Wasn't too crazy. I am so glad that it's almost Friday. It's not even funny. I read more of A Court of Mist and Fury today. Well, I guess I listened to it if you want to get specific. But this morning whenever I woke up, I knew that I wanted to come home and study. So that's what I've been doing. Not for very long. I've only been home for about an hour. It is 6 o'clock and I have to start figuring out dinner. I don't exactly know what. We don't really have a whole lot, and I do not want to go to the store. So I might just be having meatballs, honestly. I don't want to do anything, and I keep forcing myself to do stuff, and that's probably why I'm burnt out, but I don't know. Yeah, I am studying biology right now. I will be starting, one of my classes that I start this semester is biology, so I really just want a good understanding of it before I go into the classes at the beginning of the year. I hope that I can finish this whole class online before doing that, but I also really am not sure, especially with how slow I've been getting around and the fact that I just don't want to, if that makes sense. But I'm so tired. I'm also like very hungry. I know that all I really want is like Taco Bell. I shouldn't have said that. I really shouldn't have said that because that's like all I want. Maybe I can make some tacos. Anyway, I literally at work today, I was like, I have to stop eating junk food. I don't know what has gotten into me to where I think that I can just eat anything that I want and not care. I think I was dehydrated. Anyway, I guess I'm going to figure that out. It's less than an hour later, but I made me some dinner. This looks so nasty. Meatballs with white sauce, pepperoni, Alfredo, mozzarella, and feta, all mixed and like seasoned. Basically what I put on my pizza the other day, but without the crust. And now I'm going to just watch some YouTube while I eat. I'm sure you're not surprised by the fact that I made my tea. I also put on my robe just because I was a little bit chilly. I am about to do my Bible reading and then sit in bed and read Queen of Shadows. Camera's about to die, but I'm logging off for the day. I think I actually might make this my last day filming, but it's been pretty boring. I honestly forgot what happened, but I am ready to start my burnout contingency plan. I'm ready to continue reading and sort of just practicing being better at relaxing. I'm gonna drink my sleepy time tea and I will see y'all in the next one.